Dr. Krishan Kumar, what is your view on this? You know, it's a question that everybody is going to ask until there is absolute clarity. You know, like we've heard, these mutations are going to be expected to happen. This is not the first mutation. There will be more mutations ahead. So the simple question that I'm asking is, these vaccines that have currently been approved and are in the pipeline right now, can they go through without any modifications to meet even this emerging mutant strain, sir?
No, first of all, thank you so much for having me here on the talk show. I'll tell you one thing about myself. I did suffer from coronavirus. I was sick. I was 6-8 months ago. I developed the antibodies. In spite of all that, I took the vaccine. I took vaccine last week. It is so much protective. It's beyond imagination. We are waiting for the vaccine for so many days. You remember that there were the days when we used to develop vaccine over a period of 5 to 10 years. Now we got it at warp speed. We got the vaccine within 8 months. That vaccine is extremely, extremely effective. These mutations, they have been happening in the past for millions of years. That's how humans have been involved on this earth. There's nothing to panic. We are there, we are going to fight it off, and we are doing it very well.
Okay.
So people should not be worried about the mutation. It will keep on happening. And you know that my colleague already told you, like flu. Flu vaccine is only effective 20-30% of the time, but it does protect a lot of the population. Likewise, coronavirus. It will keep on mutating, and we will keep fighting. Basic principle stays the same. Good hand hygiene, masking, social distancing. Immunize as many people as you can.
Absolutely.
I remember when I was a child, about 60 years back, I developed smallpox. That disease is gone now because everybody got immunized against smallpox. Likewise.
I can't tell you how reassuring it is to hear a lineup of amazing doctors say there's nothing to worry about, everything is going to be okay. I think all of my viewers are going to agree with me when they have a lineup of 6 doctors from across the world saying, don't panic, everything's going to be okay. Dr. Parekh, here in India, we've seen how things have gone. There's a lot of vaccine activity happening here as well. Today we had those pictures of the logistics machinery for those vaccines kicking into action in preparation for the vaccines to be delivered. Is it going to go smoothly with this new mutant strain as well?
Well, Shiv, of course, a pleasure to be with you. But past experience of the last 200 years from the time of Ashok Jainer tells us that nothing ever goes very smoothly. There are going to be bumps. And I am as thrilled as you are by the transcontinental optimism that we have on this panel, but I do have some concerns. And if you have a minute, maybe I could express them.
Please.
First of all vaccines are not the same. So some vaccines, like the mRNA vaccine, most notably the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccine, they are constructed on a platform which allows the flexibility for tweaking a bit here and there when mutants come up. But that doesn't necessarily apply to the adenovirus or the other vectors that are in use. The second thing is that a lot depends on the nature of the mutation. Just as all vaccines are not equal, all mutations are not equal. I believe there have been about 20 deletions detected so far, unless not to have been detected even as we are speaking. And what are of concern are the changes that have occurred in the dreaded S protein or the spike protein, which theoretically would grant greater accessibility into the immune system. So a lot depends on whether the vaccine addresses that specific mutation as opposed to addressing mutations in general, as happens with the annual flu vaccine.
Right.
And the third thing, if we could just look back, look retrospectively, with the influenza pandemic, which came in 3 waves, the second wave with the mutation attacked people mostly in their 20s, from 20 to 40, the working population, which wasn't the case with the first pandemic. That resulted in changes we see till today. More men were affected then, as are today, created the space for women to join the workforce, to get the right to vote, to women's emancipation. A lot of other things happened. But I would like to share the concern that, everything is not rosy. Let us not just hope that the vaccine will miraculously adapt itself to the virus. unfortunately, the virus has
Great
far
point,
greater
yeah.
adaptability than us and the vaccine.